Guys, in today's video, we're going to talk about this one-leaf Mars MT1000 thermal imaging rifle scope. I wanted to start on their website because there are some important points that I do not want to forget to make, and I don't want to misrepresent this product. I believe this product it's an excellent thermal, especially when you consider the price and its capabilities. So let's go over this real quick, and we can show you what a phenomenal product this is, especially for that price. Guys, you can get this with three different lenses, 35 millimeter, a 50 millimeter, or a 75 millimeter. The 35 millimeter is a 2 power, the 50 is a 2.8 power, and the 75 millimeter is a 4 power. I would highly recommend probably sticking with the two higher magnification, so either the 50 or the 75 millimeter, just because it gives you a higher base magnification image to start with. Anything above the base magnification is digitally enhanced, so you're going to lose some resolution. So the higher power that you start off with from the base is going to give you a better image quality when you blow it up. Now guys, one of the unique features of the MT1000 is the interchangeable lenses. You can get a 35, a 50, or a 75 millimeter. They come off super easy with just a twist, pop it off. You stick the new one on, twist it, lock it, and you're ready to roll. And it's a great feature that you don't see on a lot of other thermals. So guys, this has a really good sensor in it. It's less than 20 millikelvins, and it's a very good sensitivity, which produces a very top-notch image. The 60 Hertz refresh rate gives you really good smooth tracking, and this one doesn't freeze up like some of the other models do. They'll freeze up for a second and then they'll continue on. They have a shutterless solution which gives you an instant very good flowing image, where a lot of thermals have that little freeze up deal. If you watch on the right, this is a perfect example of it. So if you look at the right, that's how it freezes up. Most thermals do that. The MT1000 does not. Got a very good full color OLED display, 1024 by 768. It's got 11 thermal palettes. Now guys, there's a few on here that you will probably never use. All of this is personal to you. What you might like, somebody might not, but you have 11 different color palettes to choose from. It's got 6 different scene modes. Now this is a very interesting feature. If you're using this in fog, it has a setting for that. It's got different settings for different types of weather situations, and I tell you, it does work really, really well. It's got the built-in laser rangefinder, which I've actually checked this against a actual laser rangefinder, and it's pretty well dead nuts, and you actually get to use that with the ballistics calculator, which I have also found to be very accurate. As long as you put the right information in there, you are going to get a good accurate shot when you need it. Now we're going to try and show you that in today's video as well. So you can choose from 5 different reticles: white, red, green, blue, or dark green. I like the white. The white shows up real well with most of the color palettes, the white and the red, but you might find something you like better. And the different reticles are very nice as well. Now the one-shot zero. Now I gotta be honest, I did not find I was able to zero this with one shot, but I'm looking for a super precise zero. I can get it close with one shot, but usually you gotta take a couple more shots just to razor that up so that it's as accurate as possible. The reticle does return to center, so when you zoom in, it's gonna automatically locate the reticle in the center of the screen, which is really nice as well. You can choose first focal plane or second focal plane. You can record video and photos, and it takes really good video. The picture-in-a-picture is nice because you don't have to try and zoom in on the whole screen and lose your resolution. The picture-in-a-picture automatically zooms in on the reticle, and it gives you the ability to, see a zoomed-in image without zooming in on the whole screen. It takes 18650 batteries, so you can put a few of those in your pocket if you plan on being out for a long time and have plenty of juice so that you don't run out of battery power on your hunt. It has high shock resistance. It's made to hold up to 1,000 G's of recoil force. It's IP67 waterproof and dustproofed. This is what comes in the box. It comes with everything you need to get rolling out in the field, and I didn't really find that I needed anything extra. So that's pretty much a real quick look at all the features of this. Let's go out to the field and we'll show you what this thing is like in use, so stay tuned. Guys, before we go out to the field, I want to go over some customer questions that I think are very relevant to this review. So let me go through a couple of these and then we'll go out to the field. So let's see here. Okay, Dominic asked, hello, what is the minimum distance the laser rangefinder will work with the ballistic calculator? It says the minimum distance is 5.5 yards. So Piston asks, what is the mounting footprint? What other scopes / optic mounts would be compatible? Guys, this is my main problem with the scope. And does it affect the use of the scope? No, it doesn't. The mount that it comes with is great and it'll fit on any Picatinny rail. I think One Leaf misunderstood the question here. What this guy is wanting to know is what footprint does this sight use? Like some red dots are RMR compatible or loophole delta point compatible. This guy wants to know if this is compatible with, like, let's say a Triggertech ACOG footprint. No, it is not. And unfortunately, this sight has a proprietary mount. It's very similar to the Triggertech ACOG, but it is definitely different. And I think that would have opened some doors for this sight and made it more attractive to more people if they had done that. But it is a proprietary mount. It does not work with like the Triggertech ACOG style mounts. Is there anything wrong with the mount? No, the mount works great, but it would have been nice to have that compatibility. John Moore asks, can this optic function as a clip-on in front of a daytime scope? And no, guys, this is a standalone scope. It does not work with any other scopes. Like there are some other units out there that work as a sight, they work as a clip-on, and they work as a standalone monocular. This does not do that. I believe you could use this as a monocular though if you really wanted to. John Wolford asks, can you name the 0 profiles or are they labeled A through G like Pulsar does? And One Leaf says, no, you cannot rename the 0 profiles. And that's kind of a problem because not being able to label those on the unit means you're going to have to either remember what your 0 profiles are, or you're going to have to write them down in a notebook of some sort. They do give you the option to use, I think it's 5 or 6 different 0 profiles, so you can use different caliber rounds and change your 0 for those rounds. And the big problem is there's no way to label those on the unit so that when you select that profile, you know that that's the round that you're selecting. You're going to have to remember that on your own. Shane Bentz wants to know if he changes from the 35 to the 50 millimeter lens, does he have to re-zero it? Yes, guys, you do have to re-zero it. Partly why this thing is so durable and it can handle so much recoil is it's all electronic. There are no moving mechanical parts in here to get vibrated loose. So yes, you will have to re-zero from the 35 to the 50 millimeter lens. So One Leaf is recommending that you save 2 different 0 profiles for each lens that you're using. Also, guys, he asked if you can use an external battery pack. And yes, you can definitely use a external battery pack. So Don Kulip asks, hello, my MT1000, every time I turn it on, it shows system update and I lose all my parameters. Why and what to do? This was after my firmware update. When you update this unit, and you will get updates because One Leaf is very good about fixing little bugs in their programming, but once you update it, you have to reformat your card, because if you don't, it's going to leave that file on your SD card and it's going to try and re-update it every time if it sees that file there. So you got to get rid of that file or it will try to re-update it every time you turn on the unit. Here's another one. Oscar B asks, what will the base magnification be with the 70mm objective lens? I'm considering either the 50 or waiting for the 70mm come out. That is one of the nice things about this unit. You can use this as a close range or a long range. If you decide that you're going to do mostly long range shooting or hunting with this, I think the 70mm would be your best option because it comes with a 4-power lens right off the bat. Then as you zoom in and you switch to that digital zoom, it's going to be less pixelated when you get to your higher magnification levels. Piston asks, can the scope handle suppressed 50 BMG recoil? Yes, guys, this is a fully electronic sight. There's no mechanical parts to vibrate loose. So yes, it can definitely handle the recoil of a 50 BMG. Philip St. Jar asks, would it be possible to set that scope on a fast crossbow? Yes, guys, this would be an awesome sight for a fast crossbow, or any crossbow for that matter. You may have to play around with your ballistic coefficient a little bit because I believe this has mainly firearms ballistic information in it. But if you play around with the ballistic coefficient, you get the weight and the speed of the arrow programmed into the ballistic calculator. You can definitely set this up to be very accurate on a crossbow. Tan asks, can you use like a monocular? Is it easy to use as a monocular? Sure you can. Jerry Wise asks, reviews I'm seeing on YouTube have people coming away thinking your scope doesn't have a daytime use capability. Can you produce a video demonstrating it? It seems someone says your scope has color daytime and low light capabilities, but no one shows it in their videos. People are choosing other products because they don't think your scope works during the day. Guys, this thermal will operate at night or during the day, but you're always going to get a thermal image. It doesn't have a mode that will look like regular video. So it's always going to show a thermal image. It will not show an image like you would take with your cell phone. It's going to show the thermal image always, but it works during the day and it works even better at night. You would be surprised how well you can use this thing during the day just for regular shooting. Derek Harshman asked, I notice I can't purchase the Mars scope with both lenses on Amazon. If I purchase from the website, what is the shipping time? One Leaf says it will take 5 to 7 days for your site to be delivered. Now, I think a lot of guys like to buy from Amazon because it comes with a return guarantee. I can return this thing if I don't like it with no questions asked, and I can get my money back. I think we've all had negative experiences with some Chinese companies. I know I have. ScopeMate comes to mind. One Leaf is not like that. They have treated me with nothing but respect. I've done several review videos for these guys, and One Leaf realizes that customer service is super important to their business, and they've treated me with nothing but respect. I've done several review videos for these guys, and I've been super impressed with how attentive they are if I have a problem. Guys, I wouldn't be afraid to buy anything from One Leaf. All right, guys, so I'm out here with the Mars MT1000. We're using SK long range, and we're going to zero this on my Bergara B14R. We're using a Resilience Suppressors Jesse's Grill can, Aero Precision Solus stock, Accutac bipod. Other than that, this is pretty well a stock rifle. So guys, what I want to do here is show you how to zero this, and then we're going to enter all the ballistic parameters of the SK long range, and we're going to take this out to, I think it's 175 yards, and see if we can't make a first shot hit. So first of all, let's get this thing zeroed. All right, so we have 4 buttons on top of the unit here. We have 3 that control the, basically the unit, and then we have the menu button here. So what we're going to do is long press the menu button, and then the menu pops up. So what we're going to do is go down to shot 0. Let's get a shot down range. Hopefully we are close. I'm going to be aiming for that larger, I think it's a 6-inch steel target. I think we're going to be high. Yeah, we're going to be high. So let's adjust this 0 real quick. I don't want to shoot over the berm. So what we're going to do is move the red reticle up where we want the shot to go. So we'll save that real quick. Let's get back out of here. All right, that should be closer. All right, let's see if we can at least hit this 6-inch steel. All right, I think we're good elevation-wise, but we shot way to the left. So let's make an adjustment. So when we go to shot 0, it's gonna lock the screen. So what we're gonna do is move the red reticle to where the shot went, which should have been somewhere around here. So we're gonna long press the menu button. It's gonna save it, long press again. All right, let's see if that is any closer. All right, so we're low. I don't know if you've seen that. It hit about 6 inches low. So again, see what I mean about the one shot 0? It's not really one shot. All right, I think it was right around there somewhere. So long press the menu button. That comes back up, so it should be saved. So we should be able to at least hit the target now. I did not see where that one went. All right, let's take a look at the berm here and see if it pops up. Here we go. Yeah, still a little low. All right. Oh, we need to go down. All right. Long press says it saved it. All right. Now we should be close. Oh. All right. So we hit just a tad bit high and a tad bit left. So we're going to go back to shot 0. So we're going to raise it up a little bit, hit enter, and then we're going to go to the left. Well, we're going to go to the left a little bit, hit enter, long press. It says it saved it. All right, now we should be dead nuts. Just for reference, let's try and hit this KYL. That's a 3/4 inch circle there. All right, so we're pretty close. Let's see if we can hit the half. All right, let's see if we can hit the smaller one here. All right, we're pretty dang close, guys. Let's see just how precise this is. Yeah, we're pretty good. See how you can use this, guys, as a daylight scope? I mean, I'm shooting a know your limits target at 50 yards with a thermal. And I mean, it's slaying it. Now it's going to get a little tough. Wow. I think that's all my rounds. So as you can see, it's not difficult to zero it, but to say that it's a one-shot zero, I think is a little is a bit ambitious. I think you know, I would say maybe a 3 or a 4-shot zero to get a good pinpointed zero. All right. Let's see if we can hit the, wow, hit the 3/8 one. Wow. So I think we're good to go here, guys. Yeah, I hit it all the way down to the 1/4 inch. So I think we got the 0 down pat. We do need to take some shots with the chronograph so that I can get the correct velocity inputted into the ballistic parameters. So let's do that real quick. All right, guys, we're going to take a few shots with the Athlon Rangecraft. We'll get a velocity, and then we'll enter that into the ballistic parameters. So here we go. $11.25. $11.21. Wow, $11.43. $11.22. I think that was it. Yeah. All right. So, all right, guys. We had an average of 11.22, an SD of 7.8, and an ES of 31.8. All right. So let's set up the ballistic parameters. So we're gonna go down to ballistic parameters. Now, the SK long range has you know, certain numbers that we're gonna need. We're gonna need the ballistic coefficient. We're gonna need a few other items here. So what I'm gonna do is go to my Chairgun Elite app. This has a lot of these ammunitions already stored on there, so I can just get that right from here. All right, guys, so the ballistic group is a ballistic coefficient is 0.172, so we're gonna have to change this. All right, guys, when you're in the menu, everything is done with this one dial here. You can press it to enter and twist it to make different adjustments. So we're gonna make this go to point. All right, so 0.172 for the ballistic coefficient. Ballistic model. This is definitely G1, that's my drag function. Our velocity is 11.22, so we need to change this. Oop, wrong way. 11.22. All right, my 0 range is 50 yards. My sight height is 2.75 inches, so the sight height is from the center of the bore to the center of the sight, and I measured that already. So the rest of this is pretty close to my area. I've already set that, so all right, so that should be it. My wind, I'm not going to mess with the wind because we're in a totally different location right now, so that should be good. Oh, my altitude is... All right, so that should be everything. So now our holdovers should be perfect. So when we range a target, we're gonna hit this top button here, and that's gonna bring up our laser rangefinder. And as you can see, we have a couple little green deals that popped up there. One is a square with a circle in it. That's where you hold your rangefinder. So whatever you want to range, we're going to hold that on it, and that's going to give us a reading. Then on the crosshair there, you see a green X with the red dot in the middle. That's going to be your holdover. So as we go out to longer ranges, that's actually going to move down the reticle for our holdovers. So let's go out to 175 yards and see if we can make a hit. All right, guys, so we're out here at 180 yards, I believe it is. Let's get a measurement. All right, 170.5 yards. Now, once you get the measurement that you're happy with, you lock it in by hitting the menu button. That locks your holdover in. Let's get around in the chamber and see if we can hit the target. Now, you can see we have a 1/3 IPSC down there. Let's see if we can hit that first of all. We should be able to hit that without an issue. I'm going to put it right on his chest. Okay, we got a hit. All right, so that smaller one right there is, I think it's a 4-inch. It might be a 3-inch. Let's see if we can hit that. Yeah, we hit it. Let's try it again. Boom. First round hit, guys. That's pretty phenomenal. You put in the right information in this ballistic calculator and you're gonna get a hit. It's just, it has to happen. It's math, man. All right, let's see if we can hit it again. Yep, another good hit. Let's zoom in a little. Now, as you see, as we zoom in, you do lose some resolution. Let's see if we can maybe make that a little better with the parallax. The parallax knob is on the front here. Yeah, we were able to get that quite a bit better, actually. All right, let's see if we can hit that again. Boom. You can see the bullet too. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I can see it. Boom. Yeah, we're getting good impacts. We have a smaller one right there, but I'm kind of worried I'm gonna hit that tree. It shouldn't. Boom, nailed it. So yeah, guys, as long as you put in the right information, this ballistic calculator works phenomenally. Now guys, One Leaf did send this out to the channel for review, and I do get to keep it when I'm done. I was not paid anything by One Leaf. I've made several videos for One Leaf, and I've never been an affiliate with them. But I did decide to become an affiliate when it came to this site, because when we do night vision videos, YouTube will not monetize it. So I will not get paid anything for making this video at all. The only way I get paid is if you guys end up buying one of these and I get a small commission. The channel needs it. I can't afford to buy all this ammunition and, you know, buy all this equipment to make these videos and do this for free. We do need to make money on the channel, and this is how we do it, through our affiliate. So guys, if you do decide you want to buy one of these, I will leave a link down in the first pinned comment. Now guys, I want you to know that this is a very good scope for the money. These scopes just a few years ago were costing $5,000 to $8,000 for something that wasn't even as capable as this one. It was just a bare thermal with no ballistic calculator. And guys, this thing works great. I mean, the mount is good. I do wish it was Triggertech ACOG compatible, and I do wish you could label the zero profiles in here. Those are the only two negatives to this scope. But there are workarounds. I mean, you can, you know, write down your zero profiles so that you know which ammunition is for which zero. And then like I said, there's nothing wrong with this mount. The mount works perfectly. I just wish it was a little bit more compatible with some of the ACOG mounts out there, because there are some really good companies making really good mounts for the ACOG, and it would have been nice to be able to use those mounts with this sight. But guys, there is nothing wrong with this mount. The mount works perfectly fine. And they do have a quick detach mount available as well. So guys, that's pretty much all I got for you today. So if you like what you saw, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you like what I'm doing here, go down there and hit that subscribe button. I can't build this channel without you. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.